feel the need for speed. Oh no, wait. I feel the need for news. How's it going, everybody? This is Dave LeClaire with MUO Tech Bytes, and it is time to take a look at the biggest tech news stories from the last couple of days. So I hope you are ready to kick back, relax, and learn a little bit about technology. So lately we've been hearing a lot of news about what's coming in iOS 14.5. Now, while obviously it's not going to come with the same amount of new features as like Apple iOS 15 or iOS 14 did originally, this 0.5 version seems like it's coming with some pretty cool stuff. And one of the most exciting things is the ability to change the default music player to Spotify with Siri. So now if you want to tell Siri to play a certain song or music, it won't use Apple Music if you're not a subscriber. Instead, it will let you use Spotify, much like how you can with Google Assistant or Alexa. Right now, this is out in the beta version of iOS 14.5, which usually means that it will come to the final version once it is released, as Apple typically does not put features out into the beta that are not coming to the final version of the operating system. So we should see the ability to change the default music player coming in iOS 14.5, much like how the company added the ability to change the default browser and the default email client in iOS 14. And while we're on the subject of iOS 14.5, it appears as though Apple Maps is actually getting Waze-like reporting features with the latest version of the mobile OS. As it turns out, users in the beta have discovered that you can actually report accidents and traffic and other incidents in Apple Maps, much like how you could with Waze. Personally, I'm a Waze user, so I like this feature. I generally like to know when there's an accident up ahead or when there's a policeman hiding. Anything like that is always nice to know so you can properly prepare your route. Now, if this feature makes its way to the public release, which we assume that it will as it is in the beta, it could turn Apple Maps into a viable alternative to Google Maps and Waze, as one of the things that makes those services stand out is the ability to plan your route and know what's going to be coming up ahead. So if Apple Maps has that, maybe people will make the switch. Now, whether you're on iOS or Android, what do you prefer to use to get from point A to point B? Do you use Waze? Do you use Google Maps? If you have iOS, do you use Apple Maps? I assume not many people do. I'd never hear anybody talk about Apple Maps. But if you're an Apple Maps loyalist, why don't you hit the comment section and let us know, because we're curious if anybody is actually using it. And we're curious if you don't use it, will this feature being able to report accidents and see others reported accidents and speed traps and things of that nature, will that turn you into an Apple Maps user, or are you just too comfortable with what you use now? Hit the comments section, let us know. Spotify always seems to be up to something new in terms of making its music player apps more functional, and apparently the company is finally testing a lyrics feature in the United States right now. In the US, the feature that we got was a little bit different. Instead, we got a behind the lyrics feature that kind of took you through a little bit of the history of the song and helped you learn more about it. But the live lyrics feature was available in 27 other markets, with the US being excluded, but now Spotify is testing it in the US, so we should be able to try it out very soon. There was a report that went out from Engadget that said that Spotify was testing it with select users in the United States, and then Spotify went on later to confirm it to TechCrunch. And here's what Spotify had to say on its test. We can confirm we're currently testing our lyrics feature to a select number of users in the US. At Spotify, we routinely conduct a number of tests in an effort to improve our user experience. Some of these tests end up paving the way for broader use of user experience, and others serve only as important learning. So basically what that means is that just because Spotify is testing the live lyrics feature in the US doesn't necessarily mean that it'll make its way to all users, though seeing as the feature is rolled out to so many other regions and it is used widely, we would assume that it will be coming to the US sooner or later as a full-fledged feature and part of Spotify. So if you want to maybe do some karaoke with your Spotify, you should be able to soon. So a lot of times when you sign up for a mobile data plan, you'll notice that it says you'll get certain streaming resolutions when watching videos. It might say, oh, you're on a lower plan, so you only get 480p or you only get 1080p. But if you're not sure, there's a new feature coming to Speedtest that will test your internet and help you determine what resolution is available to your device. Now, if you're on your home internet and you have good speed, chances are it's just going to say that you can use 2160p or 4K. But if you're on your mobile device, that's where it gets interesting, because even though you may have really fast data, you may have chosen a plan that only limits you to 480p or 720p. So the feature is only available on iOS. You just click on the video tab, run the speed test just like you would any other speed test. It'll run through a bunch of little video files that test different resolutions, and it'll tell you what one is supported on your device. So now you might do this and realize, oh man, I've been limited to 480p this whole time. I don't want to do that, and it'll let you know to change your data plan. Or you may find out that you have full 1080p or 4K support on your mobile data plan, and you don't have anything to worry about. Now, as mentioned, this is only available on iOS right now, and we're not sure if and when it will come to PC and Android and other devices, But hopefully it does soon, because it does seem like a very useful feature for people to be able to find out a little bit more about their network and what its capabilities are. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, yet another episode of MUO Tech Bytes in the books. Welcome to Wednesday, welcome to Hump Day. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.